Hi everyone, welcome to Craft Addict K. I'm Carla.
And I'm Sam.
And we are here for our 20th episode on January 1st, 2020. That's a lot of 20s. What do you think, Sam? A lot of 20s?
It is a lot of 20s.
It's a lot of 20s. Today's video is going to be our finished objects for the year. A few shout outs, and we want to show you what we finished in 2019. I do want to give a very special shout out to our virtual stitchers friends. Yesterday, in the last 24 hours, this group just completely blows me away all the time. I was able to, I don't know how to put it into words. I was able to get up really early in the morning and start celebrating New Year's with my friends from Virtual Stitchers that are all across the world. At 6 o'clock in the morning, we said Happy New Year's to our friend Lisa in New Zealand. Then we traveled to Australia, and we traveled across the states of Australia and wishing them Happy New Year as their New Year's came in their time zone. And then we were, and this is in no particular order because I was up really early and stayed up really late. We went to, from Australia, I believe we went to Norway, and that's where Rita's Stitching Adventure, I believe is her Flosstube name, took us out to show us the fireworks that was by her home in Norway, and it was awesome. And then Sam from Scotland showed us how they celebrate, why we got to see their fireworks, got to see their Scottish celebrations and playing of the bagpipes and the whole kilt, and it was really a great experience. And we went to England. We came across, did I miss any of those other states? We came across the United States from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast, where we ended with our final welcomer into 2020. It was our friend in California. So it was a fantastic experience. People were on and off throughout the day, and I just was reflecting on that this morning and thinking, wow, where else would I be able to travel to all those different countries in less than 24 hours and share my love of stitching with them and them sharing their life with us. So I just want to give Virtual Stitchers a very special shout out for making sure that happened, or creating this group for things like that to happen. It's truly, truly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. And I was so excited because we've been talking about planning, that we did a surprise giveaway on our group on Virtual Stitchers last evening. And the hosts, I'm one of the hosts, but we had tracked everybody that had logged into Zoom and stitched or visited, didn't matter. But if you logged into Zoom with us, we wrote down your name. And at midnight, my time last night, we did a random number generator with the group and had a giveaway of a happy planner for our friend Laura Reed, who won that. So congratulations, Laura. I will be getting that out to you. Plus, if you know Sammy J from Sammy J Stitches, she's been doing a lot of tracking sheets for all the challenges. She has printed up the whole set of all of her sheets to go with that happy planner. So Laura, it'll be in the mail to you this week. So I hope you like it, and it was a great surprise and a great welcome to the new year and to cheer in the planning. The planning phase has thus begun. Anything to say?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Hope you had good Christmas celebrations or Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate.
Okay. Anything else?
Am I missing something?
No.
Okay, I just wasn't sure.
No. Just giving you opportunity to use your voice.
Sorry. Okay.
Let's see if you had anything else you wanted to say. Let's see. I've got my notes from my StitchCon that's coming up in June. So for this coming year, excited about that. Do want to say thank you and welcome to our returning subscribers, and welcome our new subscribers, or if you just happen to cross this channel is primarily about cross stitch. So if you don't know what cross stitch is and you're really not interested, just go ahead and swipe by or pass along. I know that drives her nuts. I did it on purpose. but you can move along. If it does interest you, please sit back, and I hope you enjoy what we have to share with you today. So we're going to start off because Samantha's always so quiet, and we're working on projection. We're going to start off with what's next? Samantha's segment. So she gets the opportunity for me to zip my lips and let her tell you about what's going on in her life. So, Samantha?
Okay, so this past weekend, we celebrated my birthday. Woo! We went to the Carnegie Museum of Natural History. I was going to say natural health, but that's not right. We saw a lot of dinosaurs and different cultures, I think. There's some Egyptian stuff. There's a lot of stuff. It was like 3 floors, or was it 4 floors? 3 floors. It was a lot. It was good. It was a good time. And, yeah, I really liked it. And then after that, we went to the Melting Pot, which is on the Strip District or something.
Station Square.
In
Pittsburgh.
It was really good. Oh, it's so good. They have a really good, strawberry pecan salad? It was so good. Oh.
Well, tell them what kind of foods are at the Melting Pot.
They have
Everybody has that.
It's like fondue. Is fondue just cheese, or is that like...
No, it's kind of a form of cooking.
Okay. Well, it was basically fondue, and then you gotta like grill meat and stuff on there. And you gotta dip bread and stuff into cheese. It was so good. Oh my god.
So for those of you that don't have a melting pot, let me try and explain it to you. So it has 2 heating elements in your table, and we got the 4-course meal. So they brought appetizers of breads and apples and things, and you select what cheeses you want. And we got 2 different kinds, a Wisconsin cheddar and a Fiesta something.
Oh, so good.
So it's right there at the table in a fondue pot. Everybody has their own fondue colored ends if you've never done fondue.
Like
and yeah, they're like little forks that you can
stab your bread.
Stab your bread, basically, and you can dip it in the cheese. And then after that course comes your salad. And they bring that out to the table. And then your 3rd course is your primary meal. And what they do is they bring you your cooking, like we selected a grill top and we selected a cooking way called mojo.
It's like a broth.
Yeah, it's like a broth. It's got garlic and
other stuff.
Seasonings. Mojo Caribbean seasonings.
And vegetables.
So basically, they come out with, everybody has their own platter of meat. The meat is raw. It's we got the one that had shrimp, steak,
sirloin,
pork, I think
chicken.
Chicken. So in its little sections of the raw meat. So the idea is, and then you have a separate plate that is for your cooked meat, and they bring out dipping sauces, like 8 dipping sauces that you can put on your cooked plate.
Tongs so you can grab your meat.
Yeah, and tongs so you can grab your meat. And they have they bring you a bowl of vegetables that you can put in the broth, and a rescue spoon that's a slotted spoon. So if you lose your meat, if you lose your meat in the pot, you have the spoon that you can kind of scoop it out. Yeah. But you basically cook your own at your table, and it's it's the atmosphere, it's the ambiance, it's expensive.
But you really take your time. You're like at least there for an hour or more.
You're there for a couple hours. So then whenever you're done with that part and everybody, you cook your own thing and you eat that part, then they come out with dessert. And this time we got, and we haven't been there for 2 years because, like I said, it is pricey, and we only go there for special occasions.
That's usually birthdays.
Yeah, birthdays, very rare occasions because it is pricey. But it is something that's special, and the kids like it. So, anyways, down that rabbit hole, they brought dessert. And dessert, you pick your chocolates, and we picked did we do turtle?
We did turtle and banana foster.
So 2 separate pots again. Banana, and it was flambéed, so they lit it on fire, and it was pretty cool. And they bring you a plate of bananas, strawberries, Rice Krispie treats, marshmallows,
pineapple,
pound cake, and pound cake
blondies and brownies.
And brownies and fudge. And
But they're like little
they're like little cubes. Like, think of like as a crouton kind of size. Maybe a little bit bigger than a crouton for your salad. Yeah. And you stick that with your your fondue prong, and you swipe it into whichever chocolates or, you know, banana foster that you want.
And there's candied pecans and the turtle stuff, and
it was pretty good.
So good.
I think it was Samantha's highlight. So she might not get back there again until she graduates high school. But again, well, something to look forward to.
It was really good.
But it was good. Okay. Anything else?
My sister, Rachel, came down and she brought everybody some Christmas gifts and celebrated my birthday with me.
Okay. And you got a really cool gift you were pretty excited about.
She got me a yarn winder, and it's neat. I should have brought some yarn that I winded, but...
You want to go grab it? You can. Go grab it. I'll talk. Okay. While she goes to grab things, we're going to do things a little bit different. We didn't bring any whips today. The only thing that we brought was if we had a page finish on like our bigger projects and our finished items and our FFO items for the year. Hopefully there's no particular order to any of this because I did not track as well as I probably should have in the past year. Hey, and she is back like a fire lightning shot out of the cannon and back. Okay.
That made no sense, but
I know.
So, it wants my yarn like that.
So she's got a cake ball.
Yeah.
By the way, if you're a Silks For You person, it does work for your silks. We wrapped one of my quarter hanks up like this, and it was pretty cool.
And then she got me a nice little bowl so I could put my yarn in there and just... So good. Anyway.
I think she's a little bit excited about that. I think... Now I remember I left something that I was going to show, but we'll have to show it at the next video. All right, so
we got really off topic.
We did. I want to talk about, let's jump into haul first, and then we'll do our racks that we got, and then we'll do the finishes. Sound like a plan?
All right.
Okay. Do you have any haul?
No.
Okay. I do. Okay, so here, this is really high-speed haul here. Ba-bam! Guess what this is? This is what happens when Carla's standing in the Michaels checkout line and goes, that looks kind of cool. It is felt. If you use Q-snaps, this is a good way to, and they're starting to lose their tension, you can take strips of felt and put underneath your clamps on your Q-snap. And these were in the checkout thing for, I think, 50 cents or something. So I was like, I'll take two. So that's part of my haul. Okay, might need that. Okay. I haven't even opened this. Guess I should now since my address is right in the front of it. Apologize for the crinkles. It's been that kind of a week. We've been going non-stop. But just toss it up there. Okay, so listen, I got to bed at it's after 4 o'clock this morning after being up from 5:30 yesterday morning. The dogs woke me up at 8 o'clock this morning, took them out, tried to go back to bed, and then at 10 o'clock I was like, yeah, I'm up. So yeah,
I went to bed
words
at like
might be harder today.
1:30 this morning and woke up at 12. Or no, 11. I don't know.
Yeah. She got her fair share of sleep this year. Anyways, and it's only the first day of the year. The rest of my haul, another thing in my haul, is the Gold Stitch recent gold cross stitch gold magazine, and this down here. One of the girls on Virtual Stitchers is doing the whole set, so it's really pretty when you see it in person. It's the chalet, I think, and it's got little Santa Clauses going over the seat. So, anyways, look at that. Nice. By the way, we are in our original location where we filmed our first few videos. Is right here in this spot. It's got a big window in front of us, so we have some natural lighting in here. So we decided that since, let's go full circle We started our videos in June of last year, correct? June of 2019.
June
It was
of-
right after STITCHY, so.
Like June of this year, but
No, it's
No.
last year now because it was June of 2019
ago,
when we
wow.
started. Anyways, I continue down this path of haul. Mirabilias, I don't have any. I get scared about them,
Are you sure
but
you
they're
don't
so
have
beautiful and I want to do them. Well, I have some, but I'm too scared to do them. Anyways, I was talking to Sammy Jo and she said, you know what, here's a good one to start with because there's not a lot of beading because I've never done beading. I'm a newbie to beading. So I got on 1, 2, 3 stitch and of course I had to place my order. So I got Miss Lola's dagger wing and she does not have a lot of beads. I got the beads with it. So I got that, and of course, because no pattern travels alone, I also, because I've seen people stitching up Miss Ladybug by Nora Corbett, and I really thought that I've liked it when I've seen people stitching it, so I thought I'm going to do that too this year. And the last one I got just because my husband's really into butterflies, and I actually had more than just these ones in my cart, but I put the other ones back because I thought, let me do these, and if I do these, then I'll go back and purchase more. But this is Miss Solar Eclipse.
I'd do that one in a heartbeat.
Yeah, they're really pretty. And I got the beads that came with, that was part of it. So those are going to be on the list of new starts that over the coming years. As a matter of fact, on May 3rd, we are having a Mirabilia stitch along, I guess, with one of the girls on Virtual Stitchers. That's what happens when you get on there. People go, oh, I want to do that. And then you end up with a stitch along. So on May 3rd, we're going to be starting one of these lucky, sorry for the crinkles, one of these lucky winners here that I purchased will be getting a new start. I'm digging in my box of goodies over here. Oh, the last, haul, not the last haul, but second to last haul. Is my last, I'm so sad, Gayron tote bag. Look at, they even put a label down here now. It's got Gayron tote bags.
Oh, there you go.
Do you see it? There you go. So this was, I did drop my membership to the club because I have gotten quite a few. If you followed me, you know, I've gotten quite a few of their bags. Absolutely love them. Absolutely love the quality of them. I will purchase, as he has his sales on Saturday on Facebook, if I see something that, you know, you just can't live without. Look at the inside of that. It's beautiful. He does have Velcro closures. And I was in the grime guard also, and I'm pretty good and set on grime guards. This is the 11 by 17, and he does put a label on that so that you know.
What
It's
size
an 11
is?
by 17, you know what size it is. And it coordinates, and this is an 11 by 11. I did not take it out of the package because it may be for a future giveaway at some point, so I tried to keep that in the package. So, that is my Gayron bag of the month for December, and they do put a tag on them, and I did, I have been writing, I've been using my Gayron bags for my long-term projects, because now that I have the scavenger hunt and Cheryl's group, they're going to be traveling places, so they do tend to go into those bigger pieces, and that's what I just feel like they're more protected in there. Because there's people that have commented about vinyl causing damage to fabric. I don't know. I've never had any problem, but I also don't leave them in my vehicle. I don't leave them in a hot place. So, and that may be the difference. I don't know. But, okay, so the last thing I got in haul, and that is from Stitch and Button. And I was a needle minder junkie.
Was or is?
Was, still am. So I'm going to do my best to kind of hold these up for you. They're easier to see if they're on the white. Can you switch them over on the white side for me? Okay, so the first one is Tinkerbell needle minder. I love that. And then this one we have Woody the Woodpecker.
Oh,
And we have Don't Make Me Drop a House on You with the red hat and the shoes. How cute. So
That is very vulgar for you, Mom. Wow.
I know, right? This one has a gingerbread man, and if you're under 18, you can't read. I'm not going to say this, but you can read it if you want. Don't be a salty
person.
There you go. And
Is that just good to be like that, or should I just switch it?
no, I'd switch it.
Oh.
I use a lot of needle minders for my Hades because it helps me kind of control all the floss. And a Hade is a heaven and earth design. They're typically full coverage. It helps me kind of with my parking to contain some of my flosses. Here's a peacock, because who doesn't have a peacock that needs one? A little butterfly, because those ones are a little bit smaller. You can tell in relation to my fingernail, you can tell they're a little bit smaller. And then, baby, it's cold outside. So, those all came from Stitch and Buttons. And I will put her link below, or Samantha will when she edits, because she's getting so good at that. We'll put that below, and now I can use my needle minders if I can put them somewhere.
It's only taken 6 months of practice, am I right?
Yeah, really. Then we're going to roll into our random acts of kindness, and the first one up is Miss Stitch and Button herself, Vicki Gables. If you don't follow her, she is on Virtual Stitchers. She has an Etsy shop. She also, I believe, has a Facebook group. Oh, yeah, she does, because that's where I do all my shopping at. Facebook group. But she did a video, and I commented about liking one of her finishes that she had, and she sent me the pattern. So I had the Lizzie Kate snippet. By
golly? Or no, by golly, be jolly.
Yeah, by golly, be jolly. And she had finished this, and I really liked the finish. So one of my plans for 2020 is to do an ornament a month. I was going to try and make it for the 29th to start. It may not be a 29th start, but I am going to try and do an ornament a month, and this one is first up on the list that I'd like to do. So there is that. And also, let's see, I received, we talked before, Cheryl McKinney's group, Daily 30, they had a wish list, and I received a package all the way from England. I was so excited when I saw the packaging. I'm like, I get really excited when stuff travels. I get excited to send stuff across seas because I don't know. For me, it's like, wow. It's,
different.
It's not the horse and wagon days, or, it's or the Pony Express days. And it's just, to me, it's neat. Like, there's a picture of the Queen on their packaging stuff that they do. I mean, I'll end up cutting it out and putting it in a journal, I'm sure. So anyways, Carrie sent me from England, and she knows who she is. I didn't ask to put her name out, so I'm not going to give you her last name. I thought she had a Flosstube channel, but now I'm not sure. So Carrie, if you're watching this and you do, please message me. Because for some reason that your name is very familiar. So I don't know if we've met on Virtual Stitchers or if I've seen your Flosstube, because I've been watching so many, I'm kind of at a loss. So Carrie, one of my wish list items was some finishing items, and she sent me a bunch. So she sent me this card for Merry Christmas, and which will make a nice addition to my cards and papers. She sent me pom-poms, trimmings, some satin ribbons, and some cording.
I thought it was like twine.
It's kind of like twine, but I think you could use it the same. Let me know. I think you could use it the same as cording. Maybe not, but you could definitely use it as a hanger. So, she also, I'm telling you, you girls and the beads are going to, look at these cute little bags.
They're really trying to instigate you.
So they are. She sent these little baggies, and inside here is like some pink beads, some golds and yellows, and some green beads. So you guys are gonna get me in these beads, and then once I finally get over my anxiety about it and actually do it, I'll probably be like, I don't know what I was making such a fuss about. That's too easy, but we'll wait till we get there. She also, in this little baggie, sent some handmade hands, and they're really tiny, but I'm going to show you, and I just think they're so cute. I've never seen anything like this. But it's a little hand. Can you see it? And it says handmade. So hopefully you can see that. So thank you very much, Carrie. I really appreciate it. And when you see our finishes, you're gonna know there is lots of places that this is gonna go into and be utilized, because I have stuff now to do stuff with. Let's see. I did get a card. We did a giveaway, a random giveaway, and I did get a thank you card from that. And you didn't have to send me a thank you card, but thank you for sending me a thank you card, because I use these. I do recycle. I don't throw them away. I use them to decorate journal pages. I use them to decorate, just make little notes for people. So I do appreciate that. And I don't even remember if I said her name, but that was from Laura.
There's a lot of other names too.
There is a lot of, and well, it's Laura in the family, but I didn't ask, so I'm not telling you her last name. She knows who she is because she sent me the card. And this is from my friend Natasha that we met at STITCHCON last year. And this came after our last video. So I just wanted to share that because I think, wow, isn't that something? There's a lot of people that are stitching nativity scenes this past month that I've been watching develop. So, and another item that we got from our friend, we also met at STITCHCON, Daphne from Mama Metzger, a scissor fob. And look, it says, I like you too.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it does.
It's you I like.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's you I like.
Jeez.
I'm sorry. And Samantha got one as well. This was in our Christmas tree. And my husband got for Rare Rocher. She sent them for Christmas. So, and these spools, and I don't know if these are her grandmother's spools, but I think this one is. That one, I'm not sure.
I don't know.
But she had said that she had a whole bucket of these spools that she had wanted to do something with. And then this pattern came out for this It's You I Like. And she had made some of these. And I commented about how neat that was. And what a great honor it is to honor her grandmother in such a way to utilize something that was hers. And so I love it. Thank you, Daphne. Thank you very much.
Really nice.
It's a nice scissor fob. Got a good lobster claw on there so I can hook that on my scissors. And Samantha, show yours up close. Can you see Samantha's? I don't know. Let me see. But look at that. It's like we're going to the ball. Do you remember Daphne?
Yeah, I remember Daphne. How can I forget her? I was talking to her about the Mexican burritos, and how come I can't wait for STITCHCON next year? Or this year.
We're going to have Mexican burritos, Daphne, next year. I hope Joni's up for some Mexican burritos.
They were so good. Oh my gosh.
Do you have any things?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to...
besides that, but no.
All right. Give me a second. I'm going to show I got two random acts of kindness, but they're digital. And I got to get it set here on my screen here a second because I was using my pattern keeper. So one of them... Oh, I don't think I have the other one on here yet. I don't. One of them was given to me by my friend Beth Ann. It's a mini Heaven and Nature Sing from Heaven and Earth Designs.
Wait, did you turn the brightness up or no?
I don't know. Oh, shoot. Sugar Snaps. Let me see. Well, you'll have to look it up because I should have showed you the mock-up. Let me see if I can find the mock-up for it.
Would it be in the settings right there?
No. Nope. And it goes right into the pattern. So
I'll find a picture of it somewhere and put it in there.
we'll post a picture. Sorry about that. Beth Ann. And then...
You didn't say what it was.
Yeah, I did. Mini Heaven and Nature Sing.
Oh.
It's by Donna Gelsinger. It's a Heaven and Earth design. There is, I want to say 2 people currently. It started it yesterday on Virtual Stitchers. Beth Ann gifted this one to me as well as to another fellow stitcher as a rack from Heaven and Earth. And I plan on starting mine in July of this year for my Christmas in July. So that is currently in the plan. So if this is something that you're interested in, you want to join along, let me know. We might make it an official sale, but right now it's just currently my individual plans of I'm going to probably start this in July. And then the other one I'm really excited about. I was signing out of Virtual Stitchers finally after our last welcoming of the new year with our friend Laura, and she said, check your email as I was signing out. So I checked my email, and I had a rack, which is a random act of kindness, as well from Laura for museum shelf. It's Heaven and Earth Designs, and I'll have Samantha put in a picture here because I'm techie, not good at doing that apparently. Anyways, the thing with the museum shelf, it's by Amy Stewart. I have wanted it for a long time. It's Max Colors, and really because Samantha, we went to the museum on her birthday, and as I was walking through, I was seeing things that I knew was on the shelf. So
I can't wait to stitch that.
Yeah, I know. My husband's like, I'm tired of hearing about it. I'm like, but I can't wait. And I was gonna wait until Heaven and Earth had a sale, and my full intention was to purchase that, and she beat me to it and said, thank you for staying up with me. It was an honor staying up with everybody, so I really had a good time. I may pay for it the rest of this week, but it's opportunity that I wouldn't have any other way. So, okay, so that is that. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Page finishes. I took it easy on you guys. Let me see a backing here.
Oh,
So
big or small?
I'm going to try really hard to look up dates while Samantha shows off everything because, you know. But one of the things I've been working on is Phantom of the Opera by Heaven and Earth Design. It's a quick stitch. This is how far I got. This is almost 3-page finishes. If I can clean up the little bits that are there, it'll be a 3-page finish, which is great. And then my goal for the coming year was to kind of square this all up and kind of close it all in. I really have enjoyed stitching on this. You can see the detail right away, and it's really been a fun stitch. So that is Phantom of the Opera. I believe it is part of, it's a quick stitch, but I think it's part of Amy Stewart's too, but I'm not 100% sure without my stuff in front of me. So, okay. Oh, it's attacking us. I'm going to do my best to show things, to tell you about things. Do you want to do yours first?
Okay.
I've been talking for a while. You do yours while I start looking a little bit of this stuff up.
Well, I had a page finish of my parchment tapestry. And that's what it looks like. I started going into the second page, or whatever the next page it is.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Then I also had a page finish on my Advice from a Caterpillar, Heaven and Earth Design. And I very quickly stopped after reaching a whole bunch of cranic spots. And I'm looking at it now and I was like, man, I should have just kept going.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm stitching my Capricorn, so it's gonna have to wait a little while. And those are my page finishes, because like everything else I finished is gone.
So let's talk about some of the things that you finished. So we're going to insert some pictures.
Mm-hmm.
If there's items that we've already given as gifts, we're going to try to put a picture in. So you've done what else?
I've done the whales.
Okay, we'll put a picture here.
I made my sister 2 scrunchies whenever I was very tired because she wanted me to make them before she left.
Did you take pictures?
I'll have her send some to me.
Okay.
And the little shark prototype.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel wanted it, and she made me turn it into an ornament for a tree.
Okay.
And I think that's about it.
That's actually kind of a neat idea.
Yeah. I was like, you sure you want it?
That's a neat idea. Okay. All right, so do you want to set yours off to the side a little bit? We're going to start down this rabbit hole. All right, so we're going to go with some finishes. This one I might have shown before. I started this a long time ago, and I finished it. I think I finished it by Christmas last year because for some reason I think my husband had it hanging up. So this is a Christmas stocking. It was a kit. I lost the kit at some point, but I finished everything. I was close enough to finish. I didn't put his name on it. he asked me this year if I would please put his name on it.
Because she didn't want to finish it last time. She
Yeah,
was really rushing.
I was rushing. He wanted to have his last name so he could hand it down. So I am going to try and figure out a way to put his name across up here. I don't think it'll be hard. But I did already finish this into a stocking with fish material from Alaska that my sister sent me. And that is it. So that was a finish, but I might have finished that last year, but I decided to bring it out again because we just had Christmas and before we put it away. I'm pretty proud of it. And for my husband to say he wants to pass this down and would I put our last name on it, I think that's a compliment to how much he appreciates the work that went into this, that it's not something he just willy-nilly throws around. So I just remembered, before we jump too far, because I want to give my proper thank yous, and I didn't write this down, but my friend Cindy for Christmas gave me a bag of floss. She said there's something else coming. My sister gave me a couple of patterns, some other things as well, but I didn't bring them here because I was thinking those are Christmas gifts, not really racks or, but I do think I need to thank them because it was stitchy stuff. So I'll share it in our next video. And my mom got me Q snaps. She got me 2 17 by 17s, 2 11 by 11s, and 2 8 by 8 Q snaps, and I've already started utilizing them. So that was a great Christmas gift. So I want to say thank you to my family for that. All right.
Set that right there.
Okay, so we're gonna set that there. All right, the next thing and these are in no particular order. It's just how they were sitting back there, and I grabbed them. And I did a needle minder. This is a Roveris pattern. I've already given the pattern away. And I FFO'd these myself. But this is a needle minder. It's a little cat. It's like a pillow. And you see the needle magnet in the back. But that was part of it. So that's a finish. I should keep track. You should keep track.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to track how many finishes I had because I don't remember.
I'll keep tallies.
Okay, you keep tallies. The other is a scissor fob, and I tried my best. First time working with these, I didn't know what I was doing. Obviously, there's some errors there. It's all cattywampus, you can tell. But you know what? The stitching's there. It's a witch's hat. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's for me. I would never give this away to anybody, but it's for me and it's fine. But it's a little pillow scissor fob if you want, or it might go on if I ever get enough Halloween things. Maybe it'll be a Halloween tree decoration, but that's a finish. And the other is a pin cushion. This was all in a kit. I went to a class. It just keeps stitching. It was in near Cleveland, Strongsville, Ohio. She has a Flosstube, but I went to a class at her shop, and this was part of the kit. So it's spiders, and it's got, you can see the little pins on it. My sister made me the candy cane pins, the other little ghost and the little spider hanging off the side. That's for you, Vicky. See the spider? But it's got a good solid wooden base. And it had pom-poms on it, and basically it's stuffed and it's hot glued in here, and it's not perfect, and it's probably one of the reasons why I shy away from doing finishes, because it works for me, but only because I did it, and I can't blame anybody but myself for it. But anybody else looks at it and they think it's fine, so I don't know. But it's a finish. I think those are the only fully finishes that I've done this year. So here we go. This came from the Halloween 2019 Just Cross Stitch magazine, and this is Trick or Treat Couple, and it is their Halloween edition. I did this on a 32 count hand dyed fabric flare. It's a gray fabric flare fabric. So there's that, was my latest finish. So you got that. The other one is that we have a finish on, and you're still calculating, right? Mm-hmm. is the Sewing Santa 2006. It's from Prairie Schooler. Can I have a board? It's on an opalescent mystery linen. Actually, the linen was gifted to me from my friend Martha. She gave me some samples of different linens, and this was one of them. And so I have that one done, and there's space over here for another one that I think I may do. I'm not sure. This was before I knew orientation of fabric. So, and I started this one in 2018. I finished it in August of 2019. And when I say I started in 2018, I didn't start stitching until October 2018. So, okay, give you that one. Next up is our friendly Gobble Till You Wobble. This was a recent finish. I have a little turkey leg that's going to go in here. I think this is an oatmeal even weave, maybe. I'm not sure. I didn't write it down. I'll get better. But I do like how it turned out. So that is that. And I saw this. I picked this pattern up at Just Keep Stitching in Cincinnati when I was there for StitchCon. It was a finished model and I liked it and I bought it. The next finish I have is from Barefoot Needle Arts, and it is Lake Memories. And I'm trying to look on my list to see if it's on there, and I'm not seeing it. So this is on an even weave fabric, but again, I will do better next year of keeping better notes what each one of them is. I didn't, but I can tell you that the designer is Barefoot Needle Arts. The original design had a cabin, and I asked if she would change it to a fish, and she made it a bass fish, and this was supposed to be finished for my husband. Maybe it will be my birthday. I don't know. But there's that. I'm going to hand them across to you if you can set them down. The next finish I had was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and this was put on a Aida. It's a green Aida, I think. No, that's a linen. That's not an Aida.
Green linen.
Do you see it?
Yeah, right there.
Oh, 32 count linen, antique green. I should maybe give that over to you. Maybe you can look for it and see them. So there's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I did not use the called for colors on this. I did use a variegation on the brown of the deer. And there's the little red bell that's supposed to be sewn on his nose. I was going to try and make this into a cube, one of the squares. I'm not sure if it's too big for that or not, that I could set out. So don't know, but it's not done. It's a finish, but not an FFO.
Star House in the Pines.
Star House in the Pines. This is my next one. When did I start this? Do you see it?
2018.
So this one I started in 2018. Did I write down when I finished it?
11/2/19.
11/2/19. I really like this one. I have the perfect frame for this. I have it in my room. I just need to take the time to do it. It is actually, I'm going to put it on a board and magnetize it. In the frame I have, it's kind of a wall hanging, but it has stars on it. It's going to be great. So when I do FFO it, you may see this again. But I really like this. Does I have the designer or anything on there? Star House of the Pines? Okay. So, didn't write down the designer. Again, I'll get better at this, guys. But if you like it, I can see if I still have it. I might have actually given that away. Okay. I really like that one. That one's probably the one I definitely know what I'm doing with.
You are very excited on that.
I know. That's okay. It was my first one. That's fine. Dorothy's Discovery.
Silver Creek Sampling.
Silver Creek Sampling. And that's on what? Did I say?
Nope.
Mystery Linen. It is a mystery
Finished on
linen.
10/27/19, right before Halloween.
Yep. October 27th, 2019. And what drew me to this was the sentiment. The power is there whenever you choose. It's about in the heart, not in your shoes. I'm sorry. It's found in the heart, not in your shoes. I'm seeing this backwards from what you're seeing it. So, and it's been a long day. So,
It's been a long day.
There you go. I really like it. Finished it, put the date 2019, finished that in October. So that's a finish, and her shoes have sparkle. I don't know if you can see that, but I did talk about this in one of my previous videos. All right. I think the biggest one, and this one, there is no question or no doubt. This was one of my big project starts of 2018. And I finished it. When did I finish this? Did I write it down? Halloween Quaker.
No finish date, but he started last year today.
Oh, January 1st, so a year ago. And this is on
32 count Lugana color cotton haunted.
and the material was actually sent to me by my friend Martha, because I did not know anything about linens or any such sort. I'm trying to get you in frame.
Oh wow.
So that would be one of my biggest pieces. I did make a few changes. I put my husband and I's initials down on the bottom. And I'll have a pointer to show you. There you go. And there. So I made a few little, quirky changes.
She changed the witch so she has like a green face.
Yep.
All that.
I changed the witch to be more like
A witch.
a witch, the evil witch. I didn't want it all in black, so I changed that up and did some variegation in the broom. So, but I really like how it turned out. I just need to fully finish it, and it's not been fully finished. So, but I hope you guys like it. It's Halloween Quaker, and it's by Lila Studios. Okay. All right, now, if you saw, these are some of my, I'll pull these out next. Okay, so when I started watching, remember I started stitching October 2018. All of a sudden, December, everybody's talking about Flosstubers on YouTube, and I didn't know what Flosstubers was. Like, what is that? So I was too late to get in, and I didn't do it this past year either because, well, I was working on other stuff. But one of the people I watch is Caroline from Friday Off the Grid, and she was doing a lot of stitching on these Ada squares that she got from Michael's, or I could find them at Michael's, I should say. And I thought, oh, that's a neat idea. I can do some simple patterns on those, and I can give those away as gifts. Not thinking, how will I ever finish them? So, and I have, typically I do gifts for my staff that's all homemade. Every year I've done it. So this year I thought would be no exception, but it was. I did not. So I'm hoping next year I'll be able to do more, like maybe an ornament for each of them. There's about 40 total if I count everybody in the office and therapists and all of those people. That's a lot. So I don't know that I will get to do that. So, but anyways, this is the square that they...
Evergreen ornament.
And it's an evergreen ornament. I've done a few of these, and you can see on the back, see there's a wooden, so I just don't know. She was doing a lot of this came out of a magazine. So magazine design is really simple. I could easily hold this and stitch it whenever we were traveling.
Or watching TV.
Yeah, I just don't know. So I did a few of those.
I like that tree.
Here's another version of it on a different type of fabric, but same thing. It's a wooden thing, and it's got, this is like, I think it's a 14 count Ada that's on it, but I liked it. Then some group I was in said, we're challenging you to finish something. So I think this was my absolutely first fully finished item.
I remember that.
You remember this? Don't laugh, guys. So this is what I come up with. I had this, and I don't remember what the group was that I had to do this for. I took some ribbon, some placard ribbon, and glued it along the side. I tried to make a bow on the top. You can see the little ribbon bows, and then I stuck a bell on the very middle on the top. Oof. And then I stuffed it with stuffing in the back, and I covered it with the mat board. And that's as far as we went, but it counted as a finish in whatever that challenge was. So that's the only reason that I did anything with this. And it did turn out kind of cute, but I don't know. I don't know what to do with it at this point. Like, what do you do with it? It doesn't stand up to, like, because it's narrow. So
can you like put a hole in the back of it?
I probably could, but then what? I might
hang it on a wall.
I don't know. Maybe I'll let somebody else worry about it and just give it to them as a gift. So anyways, so that is that finish. You still tracking them?
Yep.
All right. And that was an FFO. And then I did a tree. And my plan, and these are my early stitching. So my plan was I was going, and I actually bought beads to do this. I was going to bead like Christmas and do Kreinik to make like tinsel
Christmas
and
tree.
thing across, like little Christmas decorations and decorate it. And that was my plan. You see where I got.
Yeah, you see where that one.
So I didn't do anything with that, but the stitching's done on that. And then I have a Prairie Schooler Santa that I put on one of those squares. So I have more of these squares. I may add it to a giveaway if somebody would be interested in giving it a try. But because there for a while I was trying to buy so many that I could give away as gifts, but I don't know how to finish them. If you know, let me know. Like the back looks as good as the front because I wasn't sure how to finish them. So I didn't want to have a mess on the back if the front, you know what I mean? I don't know. Anyways, so there's those. I think. So I have those all in a little, a shoebox. It works. All right. Want that? Okay. Boy, it was a busy year. What are we up to? 17 so far?
I think so.
Wow. Okay. If you watched our earlier videos, you know that I made a roll with a
Little
pool
sushi
noodle.
roll.
A little sushi roll. And there's a pool noodle in here. See if you can see. There's a pool noodle in here. And if I unroll it, it's got my stitches that are done, but not fully finished, that are rolled up into this. So, we're in the homeward stretch, I think. Here's a recent finish. And do we have the information on this one?
32 count lime fabric, wax and moon.
You can speak loud. Let them know.
32 count lime fabric.
Waxing Moon Designs. If you can't stir with the big girls, stay away from the cauldron. And I'm going to frame this at some point. But there you have that. It's a finish. The next one is 2 finishes on the same fabric that I never finished. But I'm going to finish both of them into pillows. And I have the fabric sitting back there. I have everything ready to go. I just need to get off my duff and just do it because just finishing makes me nervous. I don't want to mess it up. So it's My Broomstick Runs on Candy Corn, and I stitched that twice. And this fabric was a Fabric Flare fabric gift to me from my friend Memory with Barefoot Needle Arts. We were standing in line together at StitchCon this past year, and I saw this as a model, and she said, I think I have that fabric. I have scrap of it. I'll send it to you. And she did, and her scrap was enough to make me 2 of them. So I really like it. I will finish it. And I'll gift one and I'll keep one. And I think Memory, I'll probably gift one to you. Maybe I should send it to you and let you finish it with the fabric because you have a new sewing machine that you're playing with and making pillows with. Let me know if you'd rather me do that. I'd be happy to cut this in half and send you your half. Let me know, Memory. I put it out there. The next one was, isn't it funny when you go down memory lane and you're looking at all your finishes and you can remember the things that went with this? This was my first giveaway win. I won it from Pam and Steph's Just Keep Stitching. And I stitched it and I gave it away as a giveaway. Mm-hmm. And it is it on there?
32 count silk weaver even weave by Hands On Design.
So hands-on design, Life Needs More Chocolate Bunnies. And the overwhelming census was to put little bunny, like you could get buttons and put on for the bunny tails. But I was going to do little pom-poms to make them little fuzzies. And I know how I want to finish this one too. I have an egg that I got at Target. It's a wooden cutout that looks like an egg. And so I was going to cut this in a smaller version to magnetize it on and put little Easter like things around it. So I have a plan.
She just hasn't gone through with
I
the
just
plan.
don't have the comfort level. So I know kind of on some things what I want to do. This is a hedgehog. This came from a kit. I remember the kit. I got it at Hobby Lobby. It was like $2 or something. I have since sent this pattern off to somebody in Italy who really liked it. But it is 2000. I finished that in 2019.
Yep.
And
it's just on Ada. And it's
yeah.
Dimensions kit.
Yeah, Dimensions kit. So, but I liked it. It's cute, little hedgehog. Sweet Land of Liberty of the Icing. This is a Lizzie Kate design, I believe.
Yep.
Yes.
Blue mystery linen.
Blue mystery linen. So
sounds mysterious.
It does have a little bell, and there's the bell goes on. Is stitched on here somewhere. It's like the Liberty Bell.
Like right there.
Maybe might
it's
go
probably
there.
An empty spot.
And there's little white buttons that go down here above the word. So, and underneath the swirls. So, and I keep those finishing items attached to the project until I figure out how I'm going to finish it. But I was planning on doing this one into more of a flat fold. I just need to,
get on with it.
Yeah. So, there's that one. You still totaling?
Yep.
All right. This one is a Lizzie Kate, and I finished this last Christmas. I was really excited about it. It's one of my first pieces on linen. I got Carla hairs on it. This is.
I have no idea what that one is.
It's a Christmas one. I think. I don't know. Christmas is forever, not just for a day. For loving, sharing, giving, are not to put away. And I really liked it. I don't know what linen that is.
I don't even know what it's called.
It's a Lizzie Kate pattern. Sorry, I didn't keep good records. But I really liked it. It's got some pretties, but I liked it. Okay. This one is on 32 count Judesign. Is that right? Judesign linen. It was a piece of linen I picked up at a shop somewhere because it was just like a sample fabric. And I did
yellow mystery linen.
Yeah, I did I had a pattern for a Scottish dog. A friend of my husband's has a Scotty Terrier dog, and originally this was going to be a gift for her for Christmas, but I didn't fully finish it. So, but if you pay attention in the dog, there's boats, there's cars, there's another little dog, there's a duck. So there's all kinds of neat little things in there. So
and she got so bored of stitching in black.
I was a push, but I wasn't real comfortable with linen, and I was trying to really push my boundaries without pushing into an expensive boundary, but it was fun. Okay, guys, then I have the just another Button Company teacups. I purchased a set of 12 from a friend of mine who has a quilt shop who showed me, and I was like, oh, I gotta have them, so yeah. And then I said, I'm going to have to stitch them. And I am still working on these, but this was the December coffee cup, teacup. I do have a frame. Actually, I have 2 frames, and these fit perfectly in them. They're like the window frame, like the old farmhouse. So there's 6 slots in each frame, and I'm planning on finishing these, putting them on a stiff board, and then putting these as an insert. And so I'll have the whole year on display with 2 windows once I get them stitched. So that's a finish. Then I have Thanksgiving, because this is when I was keeping up, because this was when I first started. And this is on a brown, I think these are white shelt linens. All the linens came with the kits and the buttons and all the things. So this is the November teacup. And I'm trying to leave them up long enough that you can see them. This is the October Halloween teacup. And this was the first one I actually did. And the buttons. The patterns are free. It's the buttons that get you. But, okay. And I think we are to the last one.
The one that got so jacked up.
No, this one was good.
No.
Yeah.
You messed up the legs or something. They didn't line up, or the beards or something.
Mm-mm. No.
You sure?
I fixed it. If it was jacked up, you'd never know it anyway. This was, what was this one? Is it on my list? It should be.
Yeah. I'm trying to find it. I just had it.
Winter Snow Gnomes. Carolyn Manning Designs. It's on a 14 count blue Ada. Started it 2019 and I finished it in July. I've since gifted the pattern. The person I gifted to has already stitched hers. I saw somebody did something with this and I was like, dang. They stitched each of the gnomes separate and made each one of them their own ornament for on the tree.
Wow.
I thought, wow, what an ingenious idea. Why didn't I think of that as I'm hitting my head? But Carolyn Manning Designs has all different seasons with these. If you look on Etsy, I'm sure you'll find them. But this, I like how it turned out. I will probably frame this. I wished I had those little gnomes to hang on my tree, though. I think they'd be cute on the tree. So, I think that's it. Okay, so I have another finish, but the last ones we're going to have to insert pictures because I don't have them here. And so one of them is, and I'm just going through my list. I gifted 3 finishes, so that counts as 3. At StitchCon last year, I did a wheelbarrow with some sewing notions in it, but on the outside of the wheelbarrow, I did a Lizzie Kate Give Thanks. It was a freebie pattern. I also did her Easter, had a little chick on it for Easter, and a liberty, the word liberty or the flag?
It was the word liberty.
The word liberty. So I'm going to try and look in my, I don't know if I took good pictures, but I'm going to try and look back through the hundreds of pictures I have, see if I can find it. If I can, I will insert the picture here. If not, trust me, that's 3 finishes, and those were fully finished. And they were interchangeable for the season, so it was neat. The person that received it on the Smalls Exchange was appreciative and liked it, so that's a win. I also, for one of my admins, I did I Just Work Here. It's a dimensions kit on Ada. I framed it. She has it sitting on her desk. So I will insert, or have, tongue tied, have Samantha insert the picture here on that one. And I think...
You did the Rachel's anchor.
Anchor. I did a welcome anchor for my daughter Rachel. I'll see if I have a picture of that. If I do, I'll put it in here. You adding that to the list? What are we up to?
27.
I think that's not bad. Trying to think. Oh, I did a beehive too. I did my daughter a beehive. I stitched that. Well, look, it came out of a magazine. I just wrote on my list beehive, and I did it on even weave. It must have been a really quick stitch because I started on May 11th and I finished it on May 12th. So it was a really quick stitch.
Maybe it's a 24-hour challenge.
I don't know. I'm looking down through and making sure I got everything. So if you saw my dates, like I can tell my progression and my comfort level with my stitching. From the very beginning, I was doing smaller things and they have exponentially grown. My fabric selection has grown. Now I feel more comfortable having more projects on the go, and I do typically have a lot of projects on the go. This year, it seems like I have a lot of bigger projects. So they're not the small, quick stitches. They're really a lot bigger projects. So I'm okay with that. I think I'm more of a process stitcher. I don't like kitting up things. I don't like starting things. I don't like finishing things, but I do like that in between. When you're just sitting and putting those stitches in and in your own world and visiting with friends and doing your thing. So I do want to say, what's that total? 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28 finishes for me for the past year. And those are the ones I can remember. There might be other ones out there, but those are the ones I remember. How about you?
2-page finishes, 11 whales, a shark ornament. I forgot to put my frog in there as the thing, but finished that one too. So.
Oh yeah. We're gonna insert the picture of Samantha's frog she did. It was a dimensions kit.
She started. I finished it. She had like that much stitched.
Yeah, like nothing. I told her I don't even count what I did.
Team effort.
Team effort. Yep, and she finished it. And we'll insert a picture of that here. Okay, so that's it for the finishes. We're going to talk a little bit. We did a planning video our Flosstube number 19 was a walkthrough of my planning. I know everybody's out there busily working on challenges and scavenger hunts and homework and all the things, and all the groups, and it's a little bit overwhelming, but I think, if you have any questions about a challenge, or if you're intimidated by a challenge, pick one group and see if that's the group for you. Join Virtual Stitchers. They'll help you. There's somebody in there that's probably doing the same challenge you are, and you can work together and come up with ideas. It's really interesting to hear how you can get different things to play together. Like this year, Cheryl McKinney this week is doing in a Daily 30, which, by the way, is a closed group. If I didn't say that before, it is a closed group. She likes to keep that number at 200. If that changes, we will let you know. She will let the members know if she's going to open it up and to invite others in, but she has to set a limit. We do a lot of events, and I respect that, and so it is a closed group. Please don't contact Cheryl. I'm just giving you an idea of, she's doing a travel through the decades, and you select something for 1920 and how does it fit, and so it's really interesting. And I've been able to fit my Phantom of the Opera into a lot of challenges this past week. So that and my Lyra, which was another gift that was given to me, I started on Christmas Day. But we'll talk about that next video. And see where we're at when we do our update. We'll do project updates. We are planning on, if weather permitting, Sunday. It's the first Sunday of the month. We are trying to build a group that would like to come and stitch, see if we can get some interest in our local area. So we do make a point, Samantha and I, of going to our local Panera in Butler, Pennsylvania. If you look them up, you'll know right where it's at. We're usually there from 1 to 4. If nobody comes, then we may not stay as long. However, we do try to go the first Sunday of every month. And we took a break from that last month because of the holidays. But as long as weather permits and nothing else happens, we do plan on being there again this Sunday. So if we welcome anyone who would like to come and join us and sit and stitch, nothing formal. It's just some friends getting together, having lunch.
Eating soup and stitching.
Eating soup and stitching, and showing each other what we're working on, and having just a relaxing day. So you're welcome to join us. There's 4 of us total that have been going pretty regular. And I just found out we have a few other people that have found us in Flosstube that are in the area local. So I'm hoping that they will join in. Other than that, anything you want to say?
I don't think so.
You're good?
I'm good. I'm really upset because I have to go to school like Thursday and Friday instead of just, giving us the break until Monday, but
it's fine. You're going to be at school tomorrow. So, from us to you, we wish everyone a happy new year. A whole lot of hugs and love heading your way. And we hope that you have a very special... Oh, the word for the year for me. I didn't tell you.
Oh, yeah, you did. Well, you told me.
Well, I told you. Okay, so New Year's resolutions... My opinion, don't work. Most people don't stick to them beyond...
Just call them goals and they'll probably last longer.
Yeah, call them goals. They'll probably last longer. But New Year's resolutions and my thing. So Cheryl had mentioned about having a word for the year. And I know it's the first time I'd ever heard of it. People have a word for the year. For example, I might not be very patient. So maybe my word for the year needs to be patience. And so when I find myself getting to where I'm not patient... I need to focus on that word and take a step back and really remind myself to be patient. So it's kind of a focus item. So this year, she proposed that out to us, and I've been thinking, and I don't want to just randomly pick a word. I want something that will come to me, and I'm one of those people that when I'm sleeping, things come to me. People I work with will tell me they hate it when I sleep well because I get all kinds of things that come to my mind that we need to do. And this word came to me in my sleep, weird and odd as it may sound. It did. As I was waking up, I knew right away this was the word for me this year. And the word for me this year is determined. And I am using determined for a multitude of reasons, both at work and my personal life and my social life and my stitchy life. But I'm determined to ensure that the company that I work for is successful this year, and our patients are well taken care of, and we have good staff, and I'm determined to do all the right things with that to make that possible. I am determined in my stitching to stitch every day. I want to stitch every day. I feel better when I stitch. I know I feel more productive. It gives me a sense of accomplishment when I can see my progress. I'm going to be more determined to make sure I keep better tracking of what I'm stitching and what I'm stitching it on, and when I started it and when I finished it, and have a good stitch count. I did go through last year. I stitched over 100,000 stitches for the total for the year.
And I was missing like 3 months.
I was missing 3 or 4 months because I don't know if I switched a book somewhere in the middle of the year or if I just didn't write it down. But I lost like 3 or 4 months. I didn't have any stitching numbers written down anywhere. So I'm going to do much better about that this year. I'm excited to be doing this year. I think Sammy J Stitches and all of her tracking sheets are going to help because they're right down my brainwave path and the way my brain works. It's just a matter of getting my head wrapped around all the different groups. And I think what I'm going to do is prioritize what group I want to participate in the most and focus on that. And if I finish those things, then move on to another group and including another group as I go along, and not trying to do all of them all at one time. Because it may be Mondays are my dedicated daily 30 group, Tuesdays are my dedicated full coverage group. I just don't know. I'm working that out. But I am determined to make that a success for me this year. And I jokingly told my friends and virtual stitchers that my word for the year was determined, and that was because I said I'm determined to enable all of you to join me on something. Because I am a joiner. If you want to stitch something, I don't think you should be alone. It doesn't have to be that you have to be alone. I'll join you. I'll stitch it. I don't mind because, again, I'm a process stitcher, so I like it. You get a little bit of the other, but really I like the process of doing the stitches. That's my thing. And I don't do specialty stitches. Simple stitches. I'm simple. Don't give me no chatelaine because I'm not doing it.
Now you're probably going to get some weird fancy stitches.
Nope. I'm not there. I have a couple of patterns that I pull out and I look at and I go, nope, my skill set is not there yet. And that's part of learning and knowing who you are when you're stitching, knowing what you're comfortable with. There's some things I've pulled out thinking, oh, that's going to be easy, and it's harder than I thought it was going to be. But you know what? That's part of the challenge. If it was easy, then everybody do it, right? I like challenges. I like to challenge myself. I like to challenge others. So, I asked everybody in previous videos, challenges are scary. They scare some people away from stitching. But I can tell you, just from talking with people, they have noticed when they're in the challenge groups, their stitching has tripled what they are when they're just stitching without that challenge to motivate them. So I encourage you to set your own challenge. You don't have to be in a group. I'm not here to peer pressure you, but set your own goals, set your own challenge. Maybe your goal is you want to stitch 500 stitches this week. Guess what? 4 weeks in a month, you now got 2,000 stitches you put in on a project just by that simple goal. Maybe you just want to do 100 stitches a day. Maybe one stitch. Just any kind of stitching. It all counts. So, a personal challenge I've thrown out in previous videos has been stitch for 30 minutes a day. Take 30 minutes to yourself, set your timer. I do it every day, set my timer on my phone, and sit and stitch for 30 minutes. You'd be amazed at how fast. If you're a stitch counter, your stitches will add up. If you're not a stitch counter, you're going to see progress. Take a picture at the beginning of the week when you start, and take a picture of your project at the end of the week after you've done 7 days of 30 minutes. And compare the two pictures side by side, and you're going to see a difference. It's very hard to notice changes as you're looking and stitching it because you're looking at it every day and you're seeing it. But when you look at where you started and you look at where you are later, that is a big difference. So take credit for what you're doing. Be happy with your stitches. Whether you're a slow stitch or fast stitcher, it doesn't matter. They're your stitches. So
Wow, that's really inspirational.
I was being inspirational. Wow.
That was really inspirational. Yeah.
So, I don't know. I started down this path with a simple message and I started rambling. So, I apologize for the ramble, but sorry, not sorry. Happy New Year, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye. So, one thing we forgot, and I realized once we ended our video, was I wanted to do a giveaway to welcome in the new year. So, there's rules involved. Do not say giveaway. And you have to be 18 or older, so you're able to give me your mailing address. We would like to welcome in the new year like you would welcome a baby. And attached below, you will see a kit that we have. It is fully kitted, Heaven Sent. It's a birth announcement, so we're birthing in the new year. It has the floss, it has a gift card, it has the Ada cloth all in here. This was a kit that I've had for a while, never opened, fully sealed. And we would like to give this away. In order to be considered eligible for this, please just leave a comment that says Happy New Year. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.